The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parx Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi, and we're up on the Parx Racing third floor studio. On today's show, we recognized our stable employees here at Parx. It was Caregivers Day, and Senator Tommy Tomlinson was honored for his years of service. And one of our Parx jockeys hit a huge milestone. All these stories coming up on today's show, and the biggest races from around the country. But so much to talk about in this show today. But let's start with Ruben, because he hit a huge milestone, win 1,000. That is not easy to do. These jockeys sacrifice a lot.
I know on Tuesday, Ruben got 1,000. I know I said last week it seemed like he's had 1,000 this year, but he's been on quite a roll here at Parx. But yeah, always nice to get 1,000. And as I think you said, when will 2,000 come? Probably not that far away.
Exactly. I caught up with Ruben after his big win.
I feel really happy so today because I won the 1,000 race, so it was my goal, you know. But I am a little bit sad because my daughter is coming, my wife not coming here, but I also come tomorrow for take another picture, so really happy for that.
It was so awesome to see Ruben, and it was funny because these jockeys, they never know when this big win's going to happen.
Correct.
His family was out the day before, they missed it.
Timing not great, but yeah, he thought he'd win one the day before, right? He had a lot of live mounts, but you know, Jamie Ness can't win every race, just most
exactly.
of the races.
Well, and it meant a lot for him to win on Jamie Ness first because they had that partnership, and it was cool because I asked Ruben, how are you going to celebrate? He said, with my family. I said, you're going to eat good food? He said, no, I have to ride tomorrow.
Yes, that is a problem for jockeys. They can't do the things we can do, and he did win a race for you as well.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, there you go.
He did, so I contributed to that. But Ruben, really hardworking guy. He always stays humble. Really happy for you, buddy. And it was Caregivers Day. We celebrated around the state of Pennsylvania. This is to honor our hardworking stable employees. They're the backbone of our industry. That's our grooms, our hot walkers, our exercise riders, and our caregivers got to receive some swag. That's hats and sweatshirts, some other cool stuff.
Their names aren't in the program. There's no statistics, but there's no game without them.
Well, we caught up with some of our horsemen, what these guys mean to them.
Happy Caregivers Day!
Guys that have been working for me for like 15, 20 years, you know, they're fantastic. You know, everybody just works hard, and it's, you know, they don't get enough thanks.
Oh my God, they're unbelievable is all I can say. They're here from 4 o'clock in the morning till 4, 5 o'clock at night, and they just love their horses.
You are the most dedicated person. You live with these horses. Talk about your bond with the horses.
Oh, well, it's like my family, like my kids. Yeah, they look for me every day, every night. So, you know, I worry about them all the time.
They're everything. They're the ones here early in the morning that get all the hard work done, get everything that's not shown when the horses walk into the winner's circle. The everyday work, the picking the stalls, the just everyday meticulous care of the horses, and like I said, they're everything.
You run a big operation. Could you even imagine doing it without the help of your employees?
It'd be impossible. I mean, there's just so much that goes into taking care of these guys on a daily basis. It's impossible to do by one person.
Yeah, and it's great we have a day to honor our backstretch employees, but really, I mean, we can't say it enough. They mean everything to our sport, and, you know, they get to be with these horses all the time. They're a huge reason, and they really help develop them into these, you know, confident athletes they are.
Correct. They're the hands-on people. The trainers do what they do, but they can't be there all that time like the grooms and the hot walkers.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into some local racing of the weekend. It's a good one for me especially. We're talking about...
I don't know about that, but let's go ahead.
We're talking about Monday's 10th race from last week. It's a big purse to $58,000. This is for fillies and mares. It's an optional claiming $35,000. So only one horse really in for that claiming tag, Plain Drunk, and they're going 6.5 furlongs. Our favorite is Center Court Champ. My pick, the number 8.
Yeah, and he was your pick, Danny, only because you got to pick first.
Yes.
Let's deal in reality. I like
Yes.
Center Court Champ too. My pick was Nurturing, but I don't know anything about that.
Well, Nurturing, she's also second choice for trainer Roger Brown. Andrew Whipson coming off a 6-length win.
But yeah, on paper, I know we both said this last week, the race was set up for Center Court Champ and our man Jack Armstrong and Bobby Moscow to win, but you still got to go do it.
Here's the call, the local race of the week.
Center Court Champ has the lead. Midtown Road's making another rally. Backing up is Golden Ebb Microphone. And to the outside, here comes Jackie the Joker. Nurturing picking up some ground as they turn for home. The half went in 46 flat. As they turn for home, striking the front end is Center Court Champ. Center Court Champ has the lead, and she is drawing off comfortably, being chased by Jackie the Joker. But it is all Center Court Champ. Half went in 46 flats, chasing Center Court Champ. They are all trying to get to Center Court Champ. She is putting on a show here. Center Court Champ. Here comes a late rally from Plain Drunk. Plain Drunk making a rally up the center of the track, but it is Center Court Champ.
And my girl, Center Court Champ, gets the win with Luisa Casio. Hey, we knew she had a really good shot. Could she harness that speed, go in that extra half a furlong? And she certainly did. And boy, Jack Armstrong and Bobby Moscow have been on some kind of roll.
Yeah, look, in life, the best horse imaginable is a horse with speed, in and outside post, who can pass horses. Well, you had it all with Center Court Champ, and you got 7-5.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to head to our first break. When we come back, we're going to have Hall of Fame trainer Kate DeMasi talking her awesome career and why people should get involved with horse racing and some national races of the week, all coming up on Let's Go Racing.
Now Disco Ebo pokes ahead in front. Beguine on the outside.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in a Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania, it's a winner.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing, and we were able to catch up with Parks Hall of Fame trainer Kate DeMasi. Always fun when you have a conversation with her, and you had a lot of good questions for her.
Well, look, I mean, it's been a great year for Kate, who's obviously had a great career, but she won her first $200,000 stake at the end of August, and as I wrote about on patha.org this week, Danny, she liked it so much, she won another one. 100 days later, the PA Nursery say, yeah, she's had quite a year and quite a career.
Kate, you've been doing this for quite a long time, more than 3 decades now. This, according to the earnings, is your best ever year. What do you attribute that to?
The Pennsylvania breeding program and the good purses at Parks.
A couple $200,000 wins. I know when you won your first one, that was exciting. And then you won a second one.
With Winning Time, you know, I would have loved to have had him ready for the Sire Stakes, but he was just a little too immature. And when he won so impressively with his maiden, we figured it was, might as well take a shot, and he proved me right.
What's next for him? What are you thinking about?
I'm nominating him to the stake at the end of the month here.
Okay.
We'll see how things go and shake out from there. But there's not a whole lot in terms of other opportunities here at our home base. So,
Do you think Winning Time is mostly going to be a one-turn, or are you not sure yet where you are with him?
I'd be lying to say I think that he's a router. I think he's going to be more of a sprinter.
Okay.
But you know, in this business, we learn to never say never.
And to win the Parks Dash, I know you weren't able to be here that day because you weren't feeling well. What was that like to even get the chance to watch winning one of our signature races here?
That was really exciting, and I tell you, that was one of those things where when the entries were, coming out on that, I got fortunate enough to just take a shot and say, hey, let's, just in case it comes off the turf, who knows, And the gods worked in my favor that day.
And to have a horse like Winning Time with some future, not only to win at one of our signature races, but to have be by your sire out of a dam that you raised and her mother you raised, how cool is that?
It's really cool. A couple people actually came up to me later and said, I didn't think you got so emotional when horses run, but I mean, when you've had a horse that's a baby out of a grandma and a ma, and we have our mares forever. We even pension them when they're done breeding, and so it means a lot. It means a lot. And then on top of it, my groom rubbed both the mare and the sire. It's just, it was just a real blessing that day.
Did you wonder if you would ever get that chance to have the kind of horses you have now?
I guess that's an interesting question, because I definitely believe in that whole, visualize your dreams kind of thing. And so I thought I'd be here, just didn't know when. So it's taken a while, though. I've paid my dues.
Beyond you being in the game, you're a great spokesperson for the game. Why should people get this game?
It's the best game played outdoors. I mean, horses are such a healing animal. I mean, you hear more and more about the different therapies that they're doing with people, and I mean, the racehorse business, I think it's had a couple bad knocks on it, and it's really, we take great care of these horses, and we want to see them do good. We want to have their moms and their babies come along, so it's just, I think it's a great opportunity for people to involve their family as well. I mean, it's definitely a family participation sport.
Well, always great to talk to Kate, and she really is a great ambassador for our sport. And I feel privileged. Me and my mom own a horse with her, and we have had some kind of ride.
Yeah, no, look, she's terrific. She's great at what she does, but beyond that, as anybody who just listened to the interview, she's just got a great understanding of the sport, and she's a real great ambassador for the sport.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into some national races. We're going all the way out to California. It's the Grade 1 Starlet, and this is at Los Alamitos. It's for 2-year-old fillies, a mile and 16, $300,000, and Feza is our 1-2 favorite.
Yeah, off a maiden win at 4-5, but that's what it is these days. These maidens go right into graded stakes company, and Feza is ridden by Flavien Prat, trained by Bob Baffert, who's going for Starlet win number 9 and 6 in a row.
Well, Uncontrollable is trained by my favorite, Michael McCarthy,
yes.
4-1.
Your man, you were excited all Derby week, Danny, but no more than when I introduced you to Whitey, Michael McCarthy.
It was a big highlight. Here's the call to Grade 1 Starlet.
They approach the 5/8 pole, a little separating Doing It the Hard Way and Classy Mademoiselle. Feza getting the run of the race in a beautiful spot third, followed by Pride of the Nile getting to a closer fourth, with Blessed Touch on her outside fifth and Uncontrollable sixth and last. In the vicinity of the half-mile pole, Doing It the Hard Way moves a length clear from Classy Mademoiselle. Feza in third spot, followed by Pride of the Nile, and they're followed into the far turn by Blessed Touch, and Uncontrollable still a clear last. Spots the speed 7 lengths with 3/8 of a mile to go in the Starlet. Doing It the Hard Way on top. Feza being cut loose by Pratt moves up sharply 3 wide. Pride of the Nile probing a rail opening. Classy Mademoiselle hoisting the white flag. Uncontrollable picking up ground near the inside within 3 lengths of the lead. Some brushing in up a stretch between Pride of the Nile and Doing It the Hard Way. Meantime, Feza looms up on their outside and puts her head in front. They're clear of Uncontrollable. Past the 8th pole, Feza drifting in a little bit, has the lead narrowly from Pride of the Nile, who is dogged. It's Feza from Pride of the Nile. Feza by a head. Pride of the Nile's coming again. Feza with Pride of the Nile. A stirring finish in the Starlet.
Feza gets the win. Barely. But she does.
Yeah, no, it was an exciting race. It was a great finish. Pride of the Nile and Feza, they hooked up and they just ran all the way to the finish line. only a 77 buyer. These 2-year-old fillies are exceptionally slow this year. I don't know if anybody's going to start getting fast, but up till now they're not real quick. But Baffert, another big graded win.
Yeah, and Flavien Prat, big shocker there.
Yeah.
He's getting to ride all these awesome horses. But let's go to New York. It's Aqueduct. It's the Garland of Roses Stakes, $120,000. This is for fillies and mares going 6 furlongs. And our favorite is coming from the #1 post, Betsy Blue.
And speaking of on fire, Linda Rice, I don't know if anybody's following this, but literally she's first, second, or third in like 100 straight races up in New York. I mean, exaggerating, but you get my point. And Betsy Blue, another good one for the hot trainer, Linda Rice.
Really excited about our second choice, Beguine for Ned Allard. He was famously here at Parks for many years, and he's a New England Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I love Ned. He's one of the really good guys in the sport. And of course, when Bruce and I first got into the game together back at Garden State Park, we saw Mom's Command at Garden State Park in 1985, the year she won the Philly Triple Crown.
One of those great horses we all remember. Here is the call of the Garland of Roses.
Smash Ticket, the favorite, down at the rail. Long shot. Disco Ebo's in between horses with Beguine a close-up third on the outside. 3.5 lengths back to Snicket, another 3 to Betsy Blue. Now Disco Ebo pokes ahead in front. Beguine on the outside. Smash Ticket now back running in third. The field is at the top of the stretch, and here is Beguine now to take over the lead. Disco Ebo runs in second, then Smash Ticket, Snicket, and Betsy Blue. It is Beguine with the lead and a furlong to the finish. Beguine is in front. Betsy Blue putting in a late run here on the outside. It is Beguine. Betsy Blue charging up on the outside. Beguine is drifting out, but Betsy Blue has the momentum, and Betsy Blue wins the Garland of Roses Stakes.
Betsy Blue gets the win, really closing on the outside. Jose Lezcano, we see him riding a lot for Linda Rice, and like you said, Linda Rice has been on fire.
I mean, it's just crazy. I haven't seen her run in New York like that in quite some time. But yeah, they're all betting everything she runs, and why wouldn't they? They're all winning.
Well, it's time to ring the bell at Oaklawn Park. That's the Ring the Bell Stakes, 6 furlongs, $150,000. And again, our favorite comes from Post 1. This is Flash of Mischief for Karl Broberg. He's got a lot of wins under his name.
Yeah, how about 349 on the year coming into this race? I mean, he's always at the top of the standings for most wins in a year. Karl Broberg, he runs them all over the country.
And a name you guys will remember from Parks, Manny Esquivel. That's a jockey that used to ride here for years. He's now riding out in the Midwest. He's on the second choice favorite, One for Richie.
Yeah, One for Richie. Not a bad horse here, Danny. 13 of 42 lifetime. You know how much I love these horses that win a lot. And this year, 6 for 9 coming into the race.
Well, let's ring the bell.
It is Kavad and Chatelot up the backstretch, and Kavad leads by a head. Chatelot is second by a length and 3/4 to Flash of Mischief in good striking position third. Boulder is now fourth with One for Richie outside of him in fifth and 4 from the front. Then it's 2 back to Long Range Toddy. Baytown Bear is the trailer, and Kavad and Chatelot are still 1-2. Kavad leads by a head from Chatelot, who's right alongside. Now 2 lengths to Flash of Mischief, still in striking position if he's good enough. One for Richie, and here comes Flash of Mischief to make a big move. Flash of Mischief moving outside of the new leader, Chatelot, but it won't be a lead for long as Flash of Mischief takes charge. And now he is suddenly 3 lengths in front. Chatelot and Kavad are left back second and third, then Baytown Bear. Flash of Mischief in the first ring the bell, and now he's just running up the score.
Flash of Mischief getting the win over that really sloppy track, and you know, he won before over the off-going, so obviously really moved him up. Karl Broberg teaming up with Christian Torres, who was just hugging all over him.
Won by almost 8 lengths. Danny got 103 buyer. This was total domination coming out of the Breeders' Cup Sprint. A little easier company in this race.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to head to another break. When we come back, our jockey and trainer of the week race recap, and lots coming up on news and notes, so make sure you stick around.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home. We're so proud of our racehorse retirement program, and Jockey of the Week is our man, Ruben Silvera. When you get 1,000 career wins, you're Jockey of the Week. And Trainer of the Week, congratulations, Halim Lee. Jump Shot, a barn favorite, got his 10th win for the barn. That's a lot of wins.
10 is a big number in lifetime, year, anytime. That's a gold deal.
Well, we're going to jump right into race recap. We're back at Oaklawn Park. It's the 1 mile, $150,000 mistletoe. This is for fillies and mares, and keep an eye on the number 3, Lovely Ride.
Yeah, speaking of trainers that win a lot of races, Robertino Diodoro is his win number 175 on the year. His Lovely Ride is just going to go wire to wire. It never really got close to this filly. Loose on the lead and gone.
You guys probably remember Lovely Ride. She won the Catherine Sophia here for Brett Calhoun.
There you go.
Now switches barns. Well, let's go to Florida, Gulfstream Park. It's the $75,000 Pulpit Stakes. 7.5 furlongs on the turf for 2-year-olds. And Todd Pletcher is always loaded in the championship meet.
He is always loaded, and Ari Gold is a pretty good-looking 2-year-old colt here. Son of Medaglia d'Oro, going to win pretty convincingly here. Got an 88 buyer, good number for a second start. See if he doesn't get on the trail here for Eclipse Thoroughbreds here in 2023.
Yeah, went on the lead, never looked back, really took command. We're going to stick at Gulfstream Park. It's the $75,000 Wait a While Stakes. This is for 2-year-old fillies, also on the turf.
Yeah, and again, it's Todd Pletcher with a horse that only run once at Keeneland at a mile and 16th on the grass. Now back to 7.5 furlongs on the grass. This time it's going to come from pretty far back and get up late to win by 1 length. How are we going to say this word? Juniper Marshmallow?
Yeah, that's
Is that what we're saying?
I like it.
What's up with Juniper Marshmallow?
I think it's cute. A 2-year-old filly by Quality Road and St. Elias Stable. We've seen that ownership quite a bit. And Irad asked her on the turn, and she exploded.
Had a finish. Indeed, she did.
We like a Juniper Marshmallow. Well, it's time for Ion Racing, and lots going on around the country. But let's talk about Los Alamitos. It's the Grade 2 Futurity.
Right, we got the Futurity, and anybody that watched the Breeders' Cup, if you're watching the first race that day, Arabian Lion, the whole world knew about him. He was a first-time starter for Baffert. Odds on, ran like it, really impressive. He'll be back. He'll be the favorite. And I don't look. Baffert right now can't get any Derby points. He can't run in the 2023 Derby. I don't know what's going to happen, but Arabian Lion's a horse to keep an eye on for 2023.
Yeah, and in New York, there's 4 stakes for New York breds up at Aqueduct. But Sunday, it's the King Gloria Stakes. That's a race I always loved when it was at Hollywood Park, and I'll never forget when California Chrome won that race.
California Chrome, he was a pretty good horse, wasn't he?
He was awesome. Well, me and Dick are going to head into our final break, but make sure you stick around because we have a lot coming up on News and Notes. Plus, we have to preview our race for next week, and you have to see who gets the win. We have a match going here.
Yes, we do, and I'm not ahead, and I'm not happy.
Coming up right after this commercial break.
There's so much that goes into the horse racing industry. You know, when a horse wins, it's a whole team, it's a whole family of people, and the caregivers, the grooms, the hot walkers, they're the backbone of our sport. So to be able to, you know, show them how much we honor them and how much we respect what they do, it's important for all of us.
There's a lot that goes into it. Behind the scenes is where it all takes place.
They help us keep in touch with our horses. They help us recognize if something's not correct. So they're very important to our business.
It starts with the grooms, it starts with the hot walkers. They're up before the sun's up. They're here, you know, it's not 9 to 5, it's not 8 to 4, it's 24/7, 365, and they put their horses first, and, you know, that's all we can ask, and we just want to show them how much we care about them also.
Here in
Pennsylvania, we're proud of our breeding program, the best in North America. But we're also proud to be leaders in this industry. The PA Horse Breeders Association is funding cutting-edge research at Penn Vet to detect gene doping in thoroughbreds. And we endorsed the SAFE Act to help end the slaughter of American horses. Plus, we're pleased to support the aftercare programs set up by our horsemen's groups. Just a few of the reasons why you should join us in Pennsylvania, the premier place to breed and race.
Welcome back, everybody. This is News and Notes and lots to talk about. Parks and Bob Green honored longtime Senator Tommy Tomlinson. They had a party for him over at the Parks Casino.
Right, Tommy is retiring, and I think it's fair to say that Act 71, which basically got the slot machines and gaming here in Pennsylvania, doesn't happen without two critical people, Governor Rendell and Senator Tomlinson. They were huge, and that's one of the reasons he was honored. And he's a good guy, and we like him, and we wish him all the best. And here's more with Senator Tomlinson.
It was fantastic because it was a lot of local people. A lot of people came in from the state. A lot of senators came in. Guys I haven't seen for a couple of years because they retired. Joe Conti came in. McGarrigle came in. Joe was great when we were trying to get the bill done, for the gaming bill. Joe was a big supporter of that. So it was great to see all these people here and kind of accumulate my my career here.
Oh, thank you so much for your years of service, Senator Tommy Tomlinson. And we have to preview a race now.
Yes, we do.
This is going to be Monday's 10th race. They're going to go 6 furlongs, $15,000 claiming horses, $30,000 person. Take it from here.
Yeah, I like Buffalo Shuffle in here, Danny. The last race was the best of this horse's career. Got loose in the lead, won by 10, got an 82 buyer. Now, I don't know if that was like just a one-off or what, but I love these horses that run the one big figure because most people don't take them that seriously. So I'm going to try Buffalo Shuffle. I don't see a lot of early speed. Hoping he can get to the front and keep on going.
Well, I'm going to go with number 5, my amigo, Ego. That's Ego Man. This is a horse that I've gotten to know personally. He's 2 down from Clemenza. I just adore him, but even more, his numbers just are improving. 6 furlongs is well within his wheelhouse. He gets jockey Andrew Wolfson, who's a strong closing rider, and he's just adorable. What else can I say about him?
And Ego Man is the horse that gets the good trip, always has good speed, gets position. Positional speed is the most significant thing you can have in horse racing, and Ego Man has it.
Yeah, and he's got a big heart. Well, we did lose one of our longtime horsemen, JJ Gracie.
Yeah, JJ, I think in recent years people knew him more as a media personality, did a lot of radio shows. Most recently he was the paddock analyst at Delaware Park, succeeded the late great Rich Glazier down there. Now, I've known JJ for over 30 years. When he was a trainer here at Parks in the Mid-Atlantic, and he and I did the first horse racing radio show in the Delaware Valley on WIP in the late 80s, and we did it for several years, and then Joe branched out and did a whole bunch of stuff, and yeah, it's sad we lost JJ over the weekend, but yeah, certainly one of the more influential media/trainers in this area, and really all over the country, did shows in Florida. Good guy.
Yeah, definitely going to miss him, and our thoughts and prayers are with his family. And just a reminder to all of our horsemen out there, you should have received your ballots for the upcoming election for the PTHA board and president. If you have any questions, reach out to Jeff Maddie, our executive director in the PTHA office, and we certainly encourage everyone to vote and look forward to a great turnout.
And we're off next week, you and I,
we are.
But the show will be on the Smarty Jones special where, Danny, everybody will get to see our buddy Keith Jones. He'll be back, but not really back, but sort of back. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks. We got a couple stakes races coming up right after Christmas. Between Christmas and New Year's, we'll be back live for that show and our last show of 2022.
Oh, I'm kind of getting nostalgic, but we wanted to thank you for such a great year. Wanted to wish everybody a happy holidays. Certainly, I had a great time this year with you and Bruce. Couldn't imagine doing it with anyone else. And come watch us. We're still racing here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Post time is 11:55. We hope you had a great show as well as we did, and we'll see you next time.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away, and Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby. Zandon up.